So here we go, another preview game for the Year 5 Cup, War of Shadows, Dreamscape. I unfortunately was not able to pick up a third game, a deciding game 3 with my opponent in the last match, so this time looks like we're taking a couple of Dream Visions and one Dream Construct. This is the best, well, actually Dust to Dust is probably the best card. The card's great. Arbiter Censor's also great, and then the others are kind of iffy. I think I'm just going Ashes to Ashes, though. The big effect of Ashes to Ashes is just, it's undeniable. Like, there's times that it seems very difficult to play at the right time, or that the time just never seems to quite become right for the Ashes to Ashes. And that's why sometimes I'm hesitant to pick it up. Because it's just one of those cards you have to really feel how you have the right moment for. Dust to Dust, similarly, but that moment is very clear. Like, if your opponent goes Construct heavy, it's just the trump card. It literally might as well just say trump card on it. Like, and not many of the Dreamscape cards are exactly like that. Like, it's just a trump for another strategy. It's like a counterspell, if you will. I don't know, not really. It's a board sweeper. And Arbiter Censor, if you go power heavy with Inside early, you can kind of run off with the game sometimes with Arbiter Censor, just like you can Berserker's Frenzy. So, only it's almost less all in. So, kind of like that card a lot. So I've got a pretty good Dreamscape here. Can't complain. It doesn't. I haven't seen like a Vigil's Resolve in like 20 straight games or something, but All right. Well, this is pretty simple. I'm taking Deadeye Navigator. It's like a Demon Slayer plus. I think it's a better card than Aura Historian. I like Aura Historian, and I think that you can make it work, but it takes a little work. I don't agree with his buy there of that Mechana card, but then again, I do realize that I may not be playing the set right all of the time, and what's he buying here? Vigil's Resolve. Now, well, wow, okay, but the Verdant Hatchling popped out for him, so anyway, I think I do need to go ahead and take the Aura Historian since the game was kind enough to hand me that opportunity. I'll do it. Ugh, there's the Ritualist. Okay. Ritualist is great. Alright. But yeah, since he's going to obviously want to go Mystics and Heavies for his Vigil's Resolve, I think I want to go ahead and remove that Aura Historian. Because he's going to want to have that too. It's a sweet little card draw card anyway that I'll be happy to have. He's got a 3/2, so now he has to decide between the Searing Ascara and the Ephemeral Ritualist plus like a heavy maybe. I think if I were him, I'd probably I'd just go with the Ritualist and maybe a heavy. Like, those 1-cost cards are just ridiculous. Because the thing is, like, if you can get it, it's just so efficient. You might be able to buy something else with it, and even if you can't, at least your opponent doesn't get to double buy. Meanwhile, I get to have a hand that only has 2 runes in it, and I get to pick up, 2 heroes. That is just fantastic. Well, welcome to 1-cost Dreamscape heroes. Those cards, if there's one thing about Dreamscape that I hope people understand from these videos, since I do admit that I'm not the best Dreamscape player in the world. I mean, come on. Like, those 1-cost, one-shot Dreamscape heroes are just completely nuts. That's something I really want you to understand. Like, they really, like, you can't generally, like, overstate how good they are. Flytrap Fairy, although funny enough, I may just have, like, that may have been over the top about how good they are, but I kind of don't think so. I'm going to pick up heavies, and I'm going to go Arbiter Censor. This is a pretty aggressive combination of sets, I believe, and I also think the fact that he has Vigil's Resolve makes me want to kind of go aggressive and try and finish this thing off as quickly as I possibly can. Alright, so now I want to draw some cards and then maybe pick up like Bringer of Hope. Okay, can't do that, so I will take, I think I'll just take Trinket Harpy. I don't think the Hulking Crab really does enough for me here. And then I'll take a Mystic. Alright, so a little bit of mix and match, but things are going okay. I mean, if I'm able to, it depends how many monsters will pop out. And then I've got the Ashes to Ashes too, though, so if I can gear my deck enough towards the power to make the Censor good, I maybe can run off with this. So there's a pretty good one. And then the only thing is I can't easily gear my deck that way right now because there aren't many monsters out there. And I don't have a lot of ways to pick up Insight. I think I'll go one more Mystic. Because right now there are the Nightmare Harvester, the Dream Willow, even the Deluxe Capacitor, and the Bringer of Hope. And, I mean, there's lots of Hyrule cards that I want to buy these cards. So, he's picked up Brainstorm Sentry. I don't think he's got another Mechana, does he? Just the one. Okay. That's fine. So I can pick up the Gladiator and add more power. Well, I have to play the Assassin before I get the Gladiator. So maybe I just pick up Bringer of Hope. I kind of like the Gladiator. I kind of want to make it day anyway for my Solar Sentry. Okay. Well, I guess actually probably I think the Bringer of Hope is actually better. Because it's harder to buy, and I have what it takes to buy it this turn. So I don't know when again I'll have the opportunity to buy it, and it does remove a night card. Like I said, the Dark Gladiator, it's easier to remove. It's like if I'm trying to make it day, which now it's day, so that's convenient. Because now I can just buy like all the stuff. And I'm a big fan of buying all the stuff. It turns out in Ascension, when you buy lots and lots and lots of cards, you're usually going to win, like center row cards. I'm going to start with Voids here and turn on the Deadeye Assassin. And probably including the Dark Gladiator for extra power. Because then I can pick up like Marsh Ranger 2 or Deluding Djinn. Man, there's just so many options. I guess the Deluding Djinn is pretty good. I might want to keep it day. Alright, so we'll take the Gladiator. And then, oh, wow, I can have even more power. How many? So I've got 2 Voids in there, so that would make 5. 6 plus counting the one I have. But I don't really need that much if I buy the Ritualist, because I can't buy the Marsh Ranger then. I still think I want the Ritualist. I was just talking about just how incredibly good those cards are. So it just happens to add together to be just the perfect amount to buy Legion of Aklis, which is pretty great. I'd have to say. I think that's pretty great. And keeping in mind that I can banish the center row to get more monsters, it's fine to buy the heavy there. So I've got a lot of power in my deck, and not many monsters in the center row, but we'll get there. We will get there. Well, there's the Shardwing Beetle, but I don't have the power for that. So I'm kind of a mixed day and night deck, but I do have Legion of Aklis, so I guess probably time to go ahead and take advantage of that ability. I just got 3. I've spent 3 rune and got 4 honor there. So At this point, I have a lot of ways I can pick up good values. Like any monster is kind of a good value because of the Arbiter Sensor, and any knight card is a good value. Oh, that was wrong. Yeah, he could have picked up that guy for free. Well, I guess he could only pick up one of them for free. Maybe he's thinking ahead, trying to make it not nighttime. But I think either way, I'm in pretty good shape now this game, because let's see, I can pick up the scavenger ants now, or I could pick up the beetle. Yeah, I can't pick up the Gen 2, so yeah, I'll just go ahead and take the ants, and then I'll take. How did I take the Inspired Templar? I mean, the Dream Willow is more value in deck. I have no life bounds to trigger it, so it's very unlikely to be effective if I draw it. I'm going to go with the Inspired Templar. I think it's reasonably likely that I have a chance to draw the Inspired Templar, and if so, it will be better at this point, it appears, than the Dream Willow will, so make up that honor, possibly, and some. So either one's a gamble, but... And maybe, honestly, I just take the Dream Willow there because I don't need to gamble in this game, but... because I feel like I'm ahead, but I did start out kind of wanting to push the tempo because of the Vigil's Resolve, and then I've kind of fallen into just having all the best cards. So it's kind of fluctuated a little bit, but let's Gremlin for a lot of value, and then I guess could just take the Light of False Hope to keep my opponent from having it, or I could take the beetle. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Light of False Hope. That's fine, because that's pretty high value for me, and it keeps my opponent from being able to kill Light of False Hope, which is reasonably important. And then just max honor with heavy infantries here. So that turn Arbiter Sensor actually gave me 4 honor, like, and most turns I think it's given me 2 honor. So that's a pretty high value card. It's gonna account for like 12, 14, maybe 16 honor by the end of the game. I have not even counted it. It may not be that high. It feels like it's pretty high. Feels like it's gotta be at least 8 right now. I'm probably gonna be even more next turn. Well, actually I don't have a hand with a lot of power in it, so still could be more though. So, oh, actually the game may come to an end before then, but either way, I think it gained me a good amount of value, and I ended up ahead in the in-game honor, and so that was enough to get it done. So, alright, well, I feel pretty happy that I came out at 2 out of 3 on those games, even though they weren't all with the same opponent, but cool that we got a few videos in tonight, and I think there was a good kind of wide range of how those games played out. War of Shadows and Dreamscape, you know, interesting combination. Lots of pretty interesting stuff going on. It doesn't fit my style quite the way that I'd like it to, because you have to get a little bit more like grindy with it and stuff, and I'd rather kind of like try to combo out and stuff. You get all these mystics and heavies. It's just kind of weird, but cool stuff, and hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys back here next time that we do an Ascension video. Thanks for watching.